Namaste, angels. Thank you for joining, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Virgo, this is your bi-weekly reading for the period of tomorrow, October 7th, through Sunday to come, October 20th. Virgo, as soon as I laid your cards, I'm like, wait a minute. Some of these cards look very, very familiar. And I had to check because I was like, what's going on here? Sure enough, the devil was in the same spot, but last time he was upright. This time he's upside down, which is good for you. That means that whereas you were definitely feeling stuck, some of you before, and just clueless as to how you were going to get yourself out, if you even wanted to get yourself out, now you know. Now you know that you're capable of getting out of any situation in which you ever thought you were stuck before. You realize now that you never were, and that there's always something that you can do. You have options. And that goes straight to your overall energy here. It's the Four of Cups. Now, Four of Cups does show that you have options, but also that you're kind of not very excited about them, or you're confused, you're not sure what to take, you're unimpressed, you're melancholy, because you just don't know what move to make. Good news is right behind that Four of Cups, you have the Three of Pentacles upright. Pentacles, of course, are coins, your energy, although this is not a court card. And the Three of Pentacles is a worker energy. It means you're ready to put some sort of effort into whatever it is you want to do to get yourself out of the positions and situations and relationships that you're in. Some of you are leaving or have left actual relationships, whether it's the romantic relationship that you were in, which it very well could be. This is actually a romance oracle card, or other relationships, friendships, familiar relationships that you just had to separate from people because they were stifling you. And you no longer, like your vibration no longer aligned with theirs. So that's why you have the devil showing up again. I'm kind of glad because it's like a nice progression from the devil upright to the devil in reverse. Now, as far as your work this time around, work and finance, you have you have a lot of major arcana here. There's only 4 cards in this little spread, and 3 of them are major arcana cards, all in reverse. So major arcana card 18, the moon in reverse. The moon is about, in general, surrender and intuition, the need to pay attention to the signs that you're being shown, your gut feelings, everything that's around you. And also, it warns you that there's stuff that you don't know. And it tells you that what you think is the truth and reality may not be. And that's going to be the case in your work. Now, I think it was the sign I did right before you. I took a little break here. But right before you, I would have done Libra. I think they had the Page of Cups in this position. And I told them that, they were likely doing fine in their jobs and people were, recognizing their work and stuff, but not to get like ahead of themselves. For you, it's kind of like the other way around with the moon. You may think that you're doing fine and you're not. You may think you have the answer right and you don't. So if there is any moment of like where you need clarity or whatever, don't be ashamed to ask somebody who would know, or to do the research, to do the work. Again, thankfully, you have this worker energy here of the Three of Pentacles. Don't shy away from doing the work to find out what you need to find out. And if there's anything about which you're unsure in your finances or in your actual work that you're not able to get clarified over the next 2 weeks, if it's something that you're able to leave alone and not fool with until the 2 weeks are over, then do that. So it's like you got to choose one or the other. You either got to check it out and investigate and make sure that you know what you're doing and that you're doing things properly and handling things properly, or don't mess around with things at all. Don't spend any money crazy. Don't ruffle any feathers at your job. None of it. Your surrounding energy, the more indirect energy, maybe involving friends, family members, maybe co-workers also, is the Hierophant in reverse. The Hierophant in reverse is also a good card. It means that you want to do the right thing, whatever that means, right? It's like sometimes the legal thing throughout history, that's supposed to be the right thing, or the right thing according to society isn't what feels right in one's heart, doesn't seem just, and you want to do the just thing. And that's why you're just all sorts of confused about what does the right thing even mean. Definitely in your relationships, you're so eager to do the right thing that you may push too hard. You want to be careful with that too. Like, if you're in a relationship, things should be going well. Things should continue to go well. The relationship should deepen. But this Queen of Cups is also in reverse. And you may, really be happy and think, okay, so now I have to like hold on to this. I have to preserve it. I have to grab it. What's the right thing? I got to make sure I treat this person extra good. Do not, you want to be careful about slipping into an area where it's inorganic and it's unnatural and you're forcing, because it's going to come across as chasing energy, and that's not going to be good. Let everything happen in its natural course with your relationships. If you are single and ready to mingle, then it looks like there is somebody, very sweet and loving and nurturing on their way to you too. But the same thing is as attractive as that may be and as they may be when they show up in your life, don't like swoop down on them and smother them. Try to let things take a natural course. In the meantime, there's something in your life that, first of all, there's a lot of fire energy here too. So I think some of you may be actually letting go of a fire sign, or maybe have recently let go of a fire sign. But this card it's called Heaven on Earth, as you can see. And it's about the fact that, similar to what the devil says, that you can sort of get out of anything you want to get out of, and you can release any toxicity, and you can heal yourself and all these things. That's kind of what Heaven on Earth says. It says you can create heaven yourself right here on this plane. But the way to do it is you got to remove the hell from your life. If you've been living in hell, you've allowed hell to enter, and maybe you've held on to hell by maintaining, harboring negative emotions and holding on to negative cords of attachment, refusing to cut them and things. If you want to experience heaven on earth, you're going to have to release all that hell. Let that go. You're going to have to vacate the space, free it so that the heaven can come in. Now, how do you go about doing that? Maybe you're confused. Again, you want to do the right thing. What's the right thing? Who do I love? Whom do I let go? Whom do I keep in my area? Or what do I let go? Or where do I let go? There are places I shouldn't be hanging around anymore, poor influences and stuff. You got to look around at your life. Take a look at your past, take a look at your future. What are your goals? What are your dreams? Take a look at your present, look around, and you determine what it is you need to change. What it is you want to change. What it is you want to take with you further down the path. What it is you're ready to drop like a hot rock and leave and never, look back again. That's all going to be up to you. But you're not alone, right? You are always surrounded by guides, light, the divine, God, the universe, however you want to call it. And you can look to that in these moments of meditation for answers, for support. Now in the 3D, you may have some kind of conflict with somebody. Maybe because you're trying to remove them from your life and they're not happy about it. Or something may be going on again at work. The 5 of Fire for me is about one being conflicted. It can be like inner conflict. Or where it's about conflict with others. For me, it tends to be conflict with close friends and or family, including like spouses or exes, or people with whom we're in relationships and like we're getting out of them, the other parent of our children and stuff like that. And at work, it's like somebody at work maybe trying to take credit for your work or trying to cause you problems, put up obstacles and blocks, competing goals, bothersome details, and conflict with others. Your overall energy for the romance angels is, again, separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. And I don't think this applies to everybody, but I do think it applies to, in some cases, it applies to a romantic partner. In some cases, it applies to other people places or things from which we have to separate ourselves because they were blocking us, they were holding us back. And even in our love life, we couldn't move forward with all these things that we had going on. So I think we're separating ourselves from those things. Also, your ruler, Mercury, which is actually my ruler too as a Gemini, but your ruler, our ruler, just recently moved into Scorpio. Scorpio rules like physical health and stuff. And I think that's why you have vegetarian, vegan showing up. Fresh organic fruits and vegetables give you a boost of high life force energy, which elevates your spiritual frequency. I think you're going to be wanting to work on yourself, and maybe there's been some toxicity. That can be another meaning for the devil. Maybe there's been some codependency and substance abuse, whether it's food, it could be regular old food that you've been abusing. Because this says vegetarian, vegan at the top, but I really don't know why that's important. But this is what's important, the organic. If you're eating vegetarian food, but it's all processed, that's not going to help you to increase your vibration. That's bullshit. Same thing goes for vegan. If it's like, you're eating the stuff made in the lab or sprayed with, weed begone pesticides that are killing people, or it's GMOs or something, that's not going to raise your vibration. But organic foods, and whole and or organic foods, as whole as possible. There's 4 degrees to whole. There's 4 degrees to organic, 4 different levels of organic. So as organic as possible and as whole as possible. By as whole as possible, I tend to mean like something that has, 5 ingredients or less. Not a bunch of, and 5 pronounceable ingredients or less. So let's say like flour is 1 ingredient. Rice is 1 ingredient. Meat is 1 ingredient. Egg is 1 ingredient. Vegetable is 1 ingredient. Like, these are not things that have a bunch of ingredients in them. And then if you mix them together, whatever you make, that product is made up of all whole ingredients. Like those kind of meals, if you can make stuff at home, homemade foods and things, if you're talking about improving your vibration, that's the way I would go. Of course, anybody can be vegetarian or vegan as they wish. But again, my suggestion, if you're really doing it so that you can increase your frequency, is that the food be as clean as possible. That will elevate your spiritual frequency. And maybe the purpose of your spiritual frequency being elevated, the reason the universe wants to help you, is specifically for mediumship over these next 2 weeks. You have the natural ability to connect with departed loved ones. And there may be somebody that wants to give you guidance. Also, it looks like you may be getting an upgrade, or you may be in line for an upgrade if you can handle the frequency. For ear chakras, notice messages that appear as sounds, music, words from both external sources and within your mind. These messages are real answers to your prayers. Lastly, for your overall energies here, it is karma. So again, I think some of you are still going through some sort of karmic experience. And yeah, just the cards that you got, it's already a karmic experience. You got 3 major arcana cards out of 4 cards. That means that there's some stuff that's beyond your control. That's what it means when the major arcana shows up. But again, the good thing is you're wanting to do the right thing. You know that you're capable of helping yourself, and you're going to get this figured out. You have options now, and now it's just a matter of paying attention to your intuition, raising your frequency enough so that you're able to receive the messages and to be clear on what they mean, and determining what your next steps are. And what your next step is going to include is, again, ridding yourself of things that no longer align with your new frequency, your newfound frequency in your life and your soul's purpose, so that you are able to move on to the next step. Further to that, to the masculine, is work. So again, it's going to take effort. It's going to take physical work on your part in order for you to reap the benefits. This is coming through as a very 8 of Pentacles kind of card. And also it may be showing up because, again, something may be going on at work, maybe specifically with a co-worker that is trying to like steal your shine or something. But again, if you're not clear on what's happening, don't make any accusations. Don't be presumptuous and, call anybody out or approach anyone. Ask questions or leave it alone if you're able. For you Virgo feminines, I said there was a fire sign. It looked like possibly that some of you were dealing with, or maybe you have, like a fire rising or moon. But this is young female, and for me, she's very fiery, as you can see. For me, she's like a symbol of the planet Jupiter and the sign of Sagittarius, which it rules, and is all about, karma, karma, and assistance coming our way, the universe being available to us for us to call upon, like I already showed you with your Trilogy of Light card. So definitely you are supported, and there are things that are going to be coming your way, and there are good people that are going to be coming your way, and assistance is going to be coming to you, but you are going to have to do your part. That's what your spread is saying. You're going to have to put some work forth, Virgo. And that shouldn't be difficult for you because you're an earth sign. And you guys have like a tremendous work ethic, earth signs in general. Yep. You got to clear yourself of funky crap. Ask the angels to release any toxic energies that you may have absorbed. So that goes to, again, this devil in reverse, and also the heaven on earth. There's stuff that you need to leave behind, release and leave behind. For the feminine, from the angel therapy cards, their advice to you is indigo. So some of you are going through an ascension also, and that's why they want you to change your diet. They want you to quit smoking and drinking, excessively. You don't have to turn into a nun or a monk or anything. Even Jesus drank, and when they ran out of wine, he made more. So it wasn't like he was against the turn up. Don't misunderstand me. But there is going to be a time when you're going to be wanting to have clarity of mind for the purposes of connecting to your messages, and that's what they want to help you do. They want to help you to detox, even if you start again casually drinking or enjoying yourself however you choose to do so. Afterwards, let's get to a place where we are flushed out first. And so I think that's what the angels are wanting you to do. And the reason for that is because you're an indigo. The person that you're inquiring about is an indigo, meaning a highly sensitive natural born leader. From the romance angels to the masculine. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Yeah, your whole spread says that. Again, even at work and stuff, you're going to want to ask for help where you need it. Don't be too prideful to do that, and don't be ashamed. It's actually, a sign of strength to be able to ask for help where you need it. Feminine, ours is children. Your love life is being affected by children. So again, there may be some difficulty maybe with your child or the parent, your child's father. That may be from whom you're needing to separate or cut the cord, feminine, and leave that, leave those cords of attachment, those negative cords of attachment and the negative emotions that came with it and stuff from the past. Leave it in the past where it belongs so that you can move on to your future. For others, where actual literal children aren't involved, this card came up, I think, in both the love reading and the general reading, like for everybody. And it came up as like an Empress kind of card about newness, fertility, new love, new opportunities, new paths, new senses and psychic awareness, right? With being newly awakened or newly ascended to the next level, to the next phase. So that's what the children is representing there for you. From the Angel Tarot to the masculine, the Nine of Fire. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. This is saying that you, again, can persevere. You can handle anything that comes your way. You can get yourself unstuck from any situation you feel stuck in. You can defeat any toxicity, any negative habit, or you can conquer all of that. You can put down your drugs, you can put down your cigarettes, you can put down your liquor, you can put down, if you got a sex thing, I'm seeing somebody may have a sex addiction, food addiction, whatever. Okay, none of us are perfect, and the fact is that you're realizing that you want out of this thing and that you're capable of doing it. It's just going to be a matter of discipline now. You doing, again, the work. You doing the work to clear yourself, masculine. You're capable. I believe in you. This is directing you to believe in yourself and saying you may fall down, but you get back up and you will persevere. To the feminine, yep, the Empress is showing up for you. So again, this is something for some having to do with motherhood, maybe even pregnancy. And for others, this is an energy of newness. the Children card, and the Empress card herself. Major Arcana card 3, lavish abundance, give birth to your dreams, nurture yourself and others. Major Arcana card 3, the Empress represents the planet Venus, ruler of the signs of Taurus, Libra, and Gemini. All about fertile energy to start new paths, new projects, creating new abundance. Speaking of abundance, the Masculine's card is abundance from the Universal Love Oracle. You may need to spend some time outside with nature to get yourself going too, and or again, this is going to be connected to exercising or eating healthily. That's going to help you to increase your positive energy flow and therefore your abundance. For the Feminine from the Universal Love Oracle is transmutation. Those negative cords of attachment and negative emotions that I said you're harboring, you take them, you turn them into love, you use them to nurture yourself, and they're going to help you with your ascension too. They're going to help you to rise, and you got this more fire energy again too. So again, it may be attached to a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. That may be with whom you're dealing also. Masculine, why do you got to do all this? More abundance. Okay, you just had an abundance card from the Universal Love Oracle. Now from the Angels of Abundance, your card is windfall of abundance. An increase in your abundance is arriving in many different ways, many different forms. Some of them are unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, your health, and your charitable work. That's exactly what your spread says. It's all about health here, increasing your frequency and your life purpose. That's clearly the focus over these next 2 weeks. Feminine from the Abundance Oracle to you. Release resentments about money. It seems like you have resentments or negative emotions again, or cords of attachment in general. So not only release resentments about money, but just release resentments, period. Resentments, guilt, blame, pride, ego, fear, regret, the inability to forgive, the inability to ask for forgiveness, the unwillingness to do any of that, Release all of that stuff. Yes, the money system of the world can seem upsetting, but holding resentments about finances just pushes your abundance away. Instead, see money as a tool so that you can use it better and you can be better to the world. This shift will help you to attract, support, and golden opportunities. I think that was your last card. Yep. On that note, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this reading and found it helpful. I'll be back for you in 2 weeks. Thanks again for liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you felt that it helped you, even if you didn't enjoy it, still give it a thumbs up. And definitely if you felt both, please do give it a thumbs up. I hate that it has, I really can't stand the way it works, but it is what it is. I have to deal with it. So I appreciate it. And if you'd like a private reading from me or energy healing or any of the merchandise I have on Social 6, the information will be in the description box. Thanks again. Namaste.